What we do is relevant currently to many places. There is a global shortage of 20% in bus drivers, and it's increasing by 1% every year. In Japan, it's even worse because 40% of the bus drivers in Japan are going to retire within the next decade. So the Japanese government came up with a very aggressive plan in which they want to have 100 cities with autonomous buses by the end of 2027. And we are the leader in that market. The same thing is happening also in Europe. We are starting projects in Germany, in Hungary, in Portugal, in Israel, also in the US. Public transportation operators are in a situation in which they cannot meet the demand.
As a software developer, our software solutions can make any vehicle autonomous. If you had autonomous buses, they don't need drivers. You're taking people off the road with their personal vehicles and putting them in larger capacity buses. It's also a sustainability issue because the new buses, they're all green energy powered, whether it's electric or hydrogen cell powered. And therefore, you can solve all of those challenges.
In the past few years, what we mostly saw was small pilot programs, 1 or 2 buses, and they were running for 12 months, 18 months. We're right now seeing everywhere these regional programs are being prepared. It's across multiple cities, and it's urban, it's rural. It involves different kind of vehicles like big buses, small buses, vans. You're talking 100, 200 different vehicles. And the aim is to move on into a productive service for the people so that we can finally see this autonomous transport technology enter into the public transport. And that's one of the big trends that we are seeing right now.
Our approach is the modular approach. It allows us to work with much less data, smaller networks, allows us to be quicker.
We signed our first robo-shuttle project in Europe, in which we are to provide 50 level 4 driverless robo-shuttles in Riga, Latvia. Within 2 weeks after announcing that, we were approached by fleets in 6 different countries because we have very clear 3 distinctive advantages that we bring. We don't need maps, we are mapless. We can do white label, we can provide it to any fleet in the world. The unit economics of our vehicle is 1/3 of the cost of similar vehicle. So for fleets, when they look for return on investment, we bring something that is, much more affordable and with better performance.
If you look at the robo-shuttle world, you have big names out there. And one of the big differences to Imagry is that we have a white label product. It can be under your brand name. It opens a completely different area of business. From the technology perspective, we have a huge advantage, and that is that we are vision only. We're hardware agnostic, and we do not require HD maps, meaning the cost that you have for the systems that you need to put onto a robo-shuttle is significantly lower than with the other players that you see in the market.
Imagry's solution is based on AI. It requires an incredible amount of computing power. To tell you the truth, that's probably why this idea of autonomous driving is only coming into its own, because finally the computing power has risen enough to be able to support all of the processing that is required. There are many computing platforms available, but I think that most people would agree that NVIDIA has a very strong name in the market as far as computing platforms. And we are very happy to be an inception partner with NVIDIA using their Orin Drive. We were actually the first autonomous driving system that was operating on the NVIDIA computing platform.
We are the only company in the world that can work with the same software integrated to different buses that can go on public roads in Europe, in Japan, and in the US. Because of our technology, we offer a unit economics that is much better than any other autonomous driving technology in the market. And not only that, the functionality that we bring, being mapless and being hardware agnostic, is very compelling to OEMs.
CES is definitely the biggest event for us every year. And every year we increase our booth size. We're also at Automotive World, which takes place in Tokyo. As UITP members, we're always wherever UITP is, but we also appreciate the smaller events like autonomous vehicles and public transportation, which takes place in San Francisco. The best way to get a feel for the abilities of autonomous driving is to come to one of our sites, either in San Jose or in Haifa, Israel. Take a ride in one of those autonomous vehicles and you will be convinced that the time is right.